NJ Cody Ironworks. I do some custom stuff once in a while. I don't generally post this stuff because I don't want to do 10,000 of them. This is one of those things that I do for some special people in my life. One of them is branding irons and stuff with the family brand on different stuff. So I've done this bootjack, and what we're going to do is, and when I say we, I mean me, and Trey's going to film, we are going to build that brand inside this bootjack. So what I did is I just traced the inside of that horseshoe down here on my table so I know what size my brand has to be. So it ain't going to be very big. I have actually done this brand before. I've actually done this brand before for years ago for this friend of mine. This is I think this is inch by quarter material. So I'm just going to try to rough this in just to kind of get an idea of the size I need. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. When we go to cutting these, it'll be easier. I kind of decide where I want all my pieces to be. Of course, we're going to kind of go with the thickness of the material. Tip up like that just so it's not so shiny. There, that. Something like that. So we want these to come up to the point. Something like that. So now I go to cutting. So I need a piece, I need two that long. Alright, Trey, back up, and I'm going to show them this saw. So I built this saw specifically for doing this kind of stuff. This has actually got a, what I would consider a sewing machine switch. Only it's one speed, it doesn't variable speed. So there's our side pieces. About like that. Okay. This is going to be our inside. So I left that just a little bit together. Oh look, my Leatherman tool. broke off. That's all right. We already got it marked. We know how much we need. And we'll have to regrind some of these. This is just the rough getting together. So there's our W piece, or our M piece for the center. And we'll have to grind these on the custom fit. We're just doing the these legs are too long, but we'll put everything in perspective, and when we get where we're going, okay? Having a foot feed on this saw is almost, it would be very hard to do this without some kind of a saw like this. You could use a regular bandsaw, but I just think this is a lot faster. Something like that. And then those pieces are going to go in here like this. So because this brand is the same both ways, so if it's laying this way it's right and this way it's right, we don't have to worry about it because it's the mirror image the same of each other, but some brands are not. I'm going to weld this brand on the side that isn't going to show, so, or I'm going to be less concerned about it. So on this one, it's actually the upper side of this, so it doesn't really matter. We can be able to flip this over and put it in here and it'll be fine. But this is how this is going to go. So I'm going to grind these pieces so these fit, and I'm going to do that right here so I don't have to go back and forth to the sander. This is where some of that that actually looks pretty good. That cut on those looks fairly good. I might have to clean up a little bit, but we're going to clean up these ends and make all these ends on both of these other pieces fit in here better. That's what I will use to do that. This little devil right here. So this will save me a bunch of going back and forth and back and forth. So that's that leg. Now, the other thing that we use a lot here, shot, and these are the blight of every welder because they gather up every piece of welding dust, everything. Can get it to where I can get to it. Let me see if I've got a smaller one in here. I've got a smaller one. Yeah, here's one. Wherever you're doing grinding these suckers, and for anybody who's done any kind of this work, they'll know how much of a pain These are. Use the smaller one. There, that's better. So see, that goes there and there, and then this is the inside ones. So we want to kind of try to match up these angles some, if we can. And this is the fiddly part. This takes hours sometimes, depending on what the brand looks like. So we're getting there. Alright, so I'm just going to continue fitting these up like this. When you guys come back, we'll do a part 2 on this when I get it all fitted up, and we'll show you how we weld it up and stuff and what I use to weld it. Get on hit it. Always wear your safety squints. Stand by for number 2.